Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to set up the Ubuntu server on VirtualBox. So let's just jump right into it. First thing you're going to want to do is open up your web browser and head over to ubuntu.com. And then from there you're going to click on the business tab, which is right up at the top. And then click on server. And then this little download button over here, just click on that. And it'll direct you to this page. From here you can change your download options. You can change the version and whether or not you want 32 or 64-bit. I'm going to keep these settings as they are because it is the latest version and it is recommended to use 64-bit. And before you start downloading, you might want to check the system requirements, which you can do by on the business tab. If you just come back over here, go back to server again, and you'll see this technical resources. And then just click on the first server guide for the 11.04, and it's going to bring up the page. It'll have a link to the installation, and just you can find the second link to system requirements, which will come up over here. And as you can see, the install type is server. The RAM is 128 megabytes, and then the recommended hard drive spaces for the base system and all tasks installed. So just make sure that you meet the system requirements, which I don't think is too difficult with computers nowadays, but just make sure that you do meet the requirements before getting into installing the server. Anyways, once you finish getting up your settings for the download, or setting them up, you're going to want to click Start Download. It's about 680 megabytes, shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes. And it is an ISO file, so once you finish downloading it, put it somewhere that you can remember where it's at. Put it in a folder or any directory that you know that you'll be able to remember it. And then you're going to want to open up VirtualBox. As you can see, here's my ISO file right here. And let's just give it a second for VirtualBox to open up. Alright. And as you see, I have the desktop version of Ubuntu right here, but we're not going to be using the desktop version, we're going to be using the server version. So we're going to want to click New, and from here click Next and type in the name that you want. So we're going to keep it simple and type Ubuntu server, and we're going to want to change these settings to 64-bit, unless you did download 32-bit, because if you did download 32, just keep it as it is. But if you downloaded the 64-bit like I did, change it to 64-bit, and click Next. And we're just going to keep the base memory of 512 megabytes. Going to keep it simple. From here, you want to click Next and keep it as VDI, dynamically allocated. Not going to worry about any of this. This is all whatever preferences you want. I'm just going to keep it as it is because I'm not going to be using this just for demonstrating. After that, I did click on Create, and you're going to click on Create again, and it should be set up right here. So we're just going to double click it so it'll turn on. And here's the first run wizard box. Just going to click Next right here. And then we're going to want to find our ISO file, which mine is set to the desktop. Click Next, and then we're going to click Start. And it's going to start up, and we're going to get to the installation. Just keep it as English, and then install. Alright. Just English again, United States. And you can choose to detect keyboard layout. There might be a problem with it. If you do detect, it might somehow screw up, but just to prevent any of that happening, you can set it up on your own. So I'm going to hit no, and then yes, it is English US, so I'm going to select that, and English US again, just to make sure that the settings are all correct so it doesn't get anything wrong. And then you'd have to go back and change those settings. Alright, so we're just going to want to let it install right here. Alright, so it's going to come to this screen, and it's going to want you to configure the network. It's going to want a host name. I'm just going to leave it as Ubuntu right now, and hit continue. Just going to let it do some more installing right now. And make sure the time zone is correct. Mine is correct, and it's on America, New York. But if yours is incorrect for any reason, just select no, and it'll bring you up to the screen to select your correct time zone. But I'm going to click yes because that is correct. Alright, so I'm going to leave this setting. It's for the partition disk. So I'm just going to leave it as guided use entire disk and set up LVM. Hit continue. And then we're just going to select that hard disk right there. And then from here, Let me just read right over this really quick. Yes, we're gonna click yes on there, and that is correct. It's 8.3 gigabytes. We're gonna click continue, and then we're gonna click yes. Alright, so it should have gone through the whole installation of installing the base system. I did pause the video right there. I'm sorry for not letting you know beforehand. That's why I did skip a lot, but it shouldn't. It should take about 10 minutes at the most. And but once it's finished, you will come up to this screen, and you're just gonna want to type in the name for the user. I'm just gonna type in my name. Continue. Username for your account. I'm gonna keep it the same thing, and then you're gonna put in a password. So just enter a password, and you're gonna want to verify it. And then this part is for encryption. I'm not going to worry about encryption right now, but you can change it to whatever you like. You can have encryption or not. It's your choice. So I'm going to say no, and let it finish setup. And for here, I'm just going to leave this blank. I don't have any use for the proxies. And it's going to do its final setup right here. Alright, so it's going to do its final installation right here. I kind of paused on that last part. It was taking a little bit of time, so we're just gonna let it finishing the install with the software and everything. It shouldn't be too much longer, and after it's done installing, it should restart VirtualBox, and then it should, if it properly installed everything, it'll boot right into the server after you enter your username and password that you set up. Alright, so then you're gonna come up, and now you have the choice of choosing whether or not you want automatic updates or if you want to install them or not. I don't think I'm going to choose automatic updates because this is, I'm not going to use this at all. It's just showing you how to install it, so I'm not going to set it to automatic updates. But if you are going to use this, I would highly recommend you using automatic updates and the security updates. From here, you can choose software to install. I'm just going to click continue. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to let it finish installing to actually boot in and show you the server and make sure everything properly installed. Alright, so after the system installation, you'll come to the grub bootloader, and you're going to want to hit yes on this one to finish installing and everything. Let it just complete here, and this should be the final installation, and it should ask you to reboot your VirtualBox. Let's see, it's gonna come up. Yep, here's the final finishing installation. And hit continue right here, and just let it finish up, and here it is. It's doing a system reboot. Just let it reboot the VirtualBox, and now it should be booting into your new Ubuntu server. So let's just give it a minute. Alright, and the login screen should be coming up here. Here we go, just type in the name that you put in there, and then the password. And if you're new to all of this, I didn't know this before. I mean, I did do this before. When I was first new to Linux, I didn't know this. Whenever you type in passwords, they will not show up on there like if you were to type a password into the command prompt on Windows or something like that. So don't be put off by that. Just type in the password as it is, and if you screw up, you can always try it again. So that's just for any of you newcomers who have not experienced that yet. But once you type in your username and password, everything is good to go. You are now in your Ubuntu server, and I think that's just about it. Thanks for watching.